In a major development in U.S. news, the U.S. Department of Justice has begun releasing previously sealed government documents related to convicted sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein. This release comes after months of political pressure and the passage of a new law, the Epstein Files Transparency Act, which required the DOJ to make these files public by December 19, 2025. The rollout of the files has been controversial, incomplete, and politically charged, sparking reactions from lawmakers, victims' advocates, and the public alike. On December 19, 2025, the Justice Department published thousands of pages of documents and materials related to the Epstein investigation. These include photos from investigations showing Epstein with various people and in different settings, call logs, court records, interview transcripts, and references to evidence that have been part of years of legal scrutiny. Many parts of these documents are heavily redacted, with whole pages blacked out or removed to protect victim identities and sensitive information. The DOJ has stated that the redactions were necessary to protect victims and their families, ongoing investigations, and information that could unfairly identify individuals. More than 1,200 people were identified as victims or relatives during the review process, and their identities were protected in the public release. Despite this, large sections of the files remain difficult to interpret, fueling public frustration over the lack of full disclosure. Although a significant amount of material has been published, many files have not yet been made public. The DOJ expects to continue releasing more documents over the coming weeks but missed the December 19 deadline set by the transparency law. This has led to debate over whether the department fully complied with the law. Critics argue the release is incomplete, while the DOJ emphasizes careful review before publication. The partial release has drawn strong responses from both sides of the political spectrum. Victims' advocates and some lawmakers have criticized the release for not being fully transparent, saying it still leaves many unanswered questions and too many redactions. Others defend the DOJ's approach, emphasizing the need to protect victims' privacy and handle sensitive information carefully. This clash reflects larger questions about government transparency, accountability, and how institutions handle sensitive historic records. The Epstein Files story has persisted in public interest for years because Epstein's case involved serious and widespread criminal activity and raised questions about how wealthy and connected individuals are investigated. The new release, even if partial, provides new material for journalists, historians, and the public to examine, and could fuel further investigations or reporting. Discussions about the files have also spilled into mainstream social media and public debate, making it a trending topic right now. In the days following the initial release, attention has shifted to what happens next. Legal experts say the Epstein Files process is not a one-time event but a rolling disclosure, meaning additional documents could be released after further review. Each batch must go through legal checks to ensure victims' identities are protected and that no active investigations are compromised. This slow pace has frustrated many members of the public, but officials argue it is necessary to avoid causing further harm. Another key point often misunderstood online is that being mentioned in documents does not equal guilt. Court records, contact lists, and investigative materials can include names of people who were never charged or accused of crimes. Journalists and legal analysts have repeatedly warned against jumping to conclusions based solely on partial or redacted information. This is why responsible reporting matters, especially as speculation spreads quickly on social media. Victims' advocates continue to emphasize that the focus should remain on accountability and justice, not just sensational headlines. For many survivors, the release of these files is painful but also seen as a step toward transparency. Advocacy groups are pushing for clearer explanations from the government about what exists, what can legally be released, and realistic timelines for future disclosures. Meanwhile, the political impact of the files is still unfolding. Lawmakers from different parties are using the issue to argue broader points about government secrecy, elite privilege, and trust in institutions. As election season approaches, analysts expect the Epstein files to be referenced in debates about reform, transparency laws, and how high-profile cases are handled in the future. For the public, the biggest takeaway right now is that this story is not finished. More documents may be released, court challenges could follow, and investigative reporting will continue to fill in gaps. Until then, separating verified facts from rumors is critical. As this situation develops, staying informed through credible sources and measured discussion will be key. The Epstein files remain a powerful reminder of how long-running cases can continue to shape public trust, political conversation, and demands for accountability long after the original crimes came to light.